All right. Okay, let's just get started. Oops, what is that? Okay. All right. Good evening, everyone. Thanks for coming out today. I think we have like 8 members here. That's a good turnout rate, I suppose. So today I'll be talking about OSCP. I mean, frankly, mainly because I think it's obligatory. Like everyone who passes OSCP will do like a review. I mean, they have their own opinions on OSCP. So just another review on OSCP. All right. On a bit of background. So OSCP, I think most of the people, I mean, that work in cybersecurity should be familiar with this name. I mean, whenever, let's say, I think for those that are like in the job market looking for a new position, if you deal with HR, I think this is like one of the most common question. I guarantee HR will ask you like, what certs do you have? Do you have an OSCP, especially for those pen testers? Even not for pen testers, let's say for a SOC position, they will ask for like OSCP, Security Plus, or there's a lot more, not just the ones here. Okay, so yeah, so if you work in cybersec, I don't think you can run away from certs. Yeah. Uh, okay. A bit about me. So I work as a pen tester, my day job. Uh, and prior to taking this OACP exam, I have zero certs. But I would consider myself somewhat experienced, even though I'm like a fresh grad. I have like about 1.5 years doing pen testing. Uh, so I wouldn't say I'm that new, but I am new to OACP. Okay. So a bit about what exactly is OSCP. This is just something I took from the website. It's a lot of words here. It's a word vomit. I won't read through it, but essentially it's just they call themselves the gold standard for hands-on pen testing. Uh, and then it's a 24-hour exam. And in the exam, they cover a few topics in their syllabus. So like network exploitation, prevest, blah blah blah. And I think this is the new one. I think previously, if you took this a few years ago, they don't have Active Directory. So I would say this is the new one they added in. So speaking of the syllabus, I would say they have a little bit of everything from some pen testing stuff. So meaning web apps, networking, I say, and also like what I mentioned just now, the new one is Active Directory. And this certification, you can take it. I mean, the prerequisite is that there's none. So if say you are someone who is completely new to cybersec, I would say, you can feel free to take this cert if you can. Because I think from their syllabus, they assume you have no prior knowledge at all. So they walk you through from, I would say, zero. And then here's the link. I suppose I'm gonna click on it. Okay, so yeah, okay, so syllabus. So you can look at what they cover here. So they have a pretty much a bit of everything. The first few chapters are, I would say you can just ignore. Like intro, this is just very general stuff, report writing, blah blah blah. And they have a few chapters on web apps and a few miscellaneous ones from like finding exploits. And then they have the Windows Linux prevest, and then they just conclude with the Active Directory. Okay, just back to my slides. Hold on. Okay, yeah. So what is the exam structure? So the exam is 24 hours. So if you are familiar with CTS, this will feel at home for you. Like even though they call themselves like they call the exam like a realistic scenario lah. Realistic scenario, like a realistic pen test engagement. But I disagree with that. I mean, because it's 24 hours. If let's say this is the real world and you're just given 24 hours to do an assessment, I don't think that's realistic. I mean, it does happen sometimes in the real world, but I think if you're given a 24 hours to just complete an assessment, I think you have other problems to worry about. So the exam consists of like an AD set and 3 standalone. So the AD set consists of 3 machines. So it's like a small AD network, and the the goal is for you to compromise the whole domain, and it's an assumed breach scenario, meaning they provide you some, I think they provide you the initial foothold, domain credentials, and the idea is you have to compromise the first machine in the AD network, and then from there you pivot to the second machine, and then to the domain controller to get full domain compromise. That's the idea, general idea. But I can talk about it more later. You don't exactly need to follow that flow. I mean, you can, since in an AD environment, you can actually, if you want, you can just jump from the first host to full domain compromise. I mean, depending on the AD misconfiguration. So you need 70 points to pass. That's the bare minimum. So there are a few scenarios in like how you can acquire these 70 points. So like you could compromise a few standalones. You don't need to compromise all the standalone machines, but let's say you compromise 2 out of the 3, and then you have a few flags from the AD set, you may have enough points to pass. But essentially, but you cannot, how to say, you cannot dodge from the AD set lah. Meaning, if you don't compromise anything in the AD set, you won't be able to pass. I believe the AD set is 40 points, and then the remaining 60 is from the standalone. I believe that's how they allocate the marks. So you cannot run away from the AD lah. Okay. And then the exam requires you to submit a professional pen test report. This is a bit controversial. Personally, I think the report requirements for the exam is quite lax. And if you look at some of the sample reports they provide, I wouldn't consider them like a professional report. It will, if you look at how they suggest you to write it for the exam to be graded, I would say it's more like a CTF write-up. It's nothing like a professional report you see out there. Okay. So I started this third journey back in I would say December. Right. Oops. I think my internet died. Hold on. Give me a moment. This time internet died again. Give you a moment. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah. Now, okay. Where was I? Okay. So I have like, when I first joined the company, they put me onto this cert exam. I mean, one of the main reason is because company policy states that all team members must have OSCP to do any work. So unless I have it, I cannot do anything. So I have like a training up. So once I got it, I tried my best to complete the whole course. And then like there are a few like the well-known OSCP sort of like a training list lah. So the TJ Now and Lane Kusanagi are the main ones. So they inside they have like a lot of recommended say boot to root challenges that you can complete. They usually complete, and then the idea is that the exams, the machines, the machines they recommend inside here will closely resemble what you see on the exam. And to a certain extent, I do agree, especially the ones from they call it proving grounds. Yeah, the one from outside. Offside has like this proving ground. It's more like it's sort of like their own hack the box. Yeah, and I would say the challenges on there will be the closest one you see on exam. And also they have like the challenge labs. This is part of the the course. Yeah. The challenges are part of the course. Whereas the proving ground is a separate subscription that you need to pay for. Okay, so I did this for about 1 month, and then like I scheduled it right away as soon as I can. And then on the day of the exam, I believe I will schedule on like 10 a.m. or 11 a.m. Okay. So when I first started, I was making very fast progress. I say. So there are like 6 machines, right? I think I compromised all the standalones before lunch lah. Normally I have lunch around 12. So in 2 hours I got 60 points already. So I just need one more flag to pass 70. 70 points is the minimum. So then I was like feeling very confident at that point, like this shit is in the bag. This OCP easy peasy, okay. Then so and then I just went for lunch, and then I thought like when I came back I would just get the remaining 10 points easy peasy, just submit the report and then be done for the exam. But then I failed. I would say I failed on the 80 set, and then I say it's I see. I mean, after the fact that this is more like after the fact, like once I know what happened, I do think some of the foothold for that set I got is a bit out of scope for the course you take. I mean, I don't. It's more of like a trivia question, but if you know the trivia, then you know how to get the initial foothold. But never mind. So I failed that one, and then like I remember like because it's 24 hours. I did the exam for the full 24 hours, by the way. So and then like when I failed, it was like the next morning, and I think it was on a Friday. And then like normally Friday we have our own team meeting lah, like a team gathering. So then I remember like right after this exam, once the exam ended, it's also like the time our team meeting ended, and I immediately called my manager. I told him, "Uy, you know I failed OSCP, how suddenly?" And then a bit shocked lah. I mean, I didn't expect myself to fail. I will say I admit a bit strike in the ego a bit. Okay. But then I mean, fail is fail lah. Then there's nothing more you can do about it. Just schedule for the second attempt. But then for the second attempt, they have this policy where, let's say you fail the first time, right? And then you wanted to schedule a retake. You cannot retake it. You cannot schedule the retake after a month. So they have like a 1 month cooldown period lah. So I mean, personally, I would prefer like let's say I fail today, right? Then I just take again tomorrow lah. I mean, while it's still fresh in your mind lah. But then they don't allow it, so yeah, you have to wait 1 month until I can take it. So this is round 2. So I scheduled the exam right after a cooldown period. So this was after the cooldown period was around Chinese New Year time. Yeah, I remember like right after Chinese New Year break I came back to work, and then my manager straight away tell me, "Oh, can you take it tomorrow?" Bear in mind, like during this time, I did after I failed the first time, I didn't actually touch OSCP anymore. I was doing other stuff, so I haven't done any say OSCP specific training. And then he told me, tomorrow just do it lah. Tomorrow. Okay lah, never mind. Just schedule. I see. Luckily, there's a slot lah, because you need to schedule for exam. It depends on availability. So I just schedule it on the next day. And then I was assuming this time I have more preparation lah. And then I have some lessons learned from the first attempt. And of course, second time's a charm lah. I mean, you fail the first time already. No way you can fail the second time, right? So I think luckily I've after for the second time I managed to pass. I think I compromised everything. I submitted flags for all the machines. And then I would say the second attempt took me a lot. It was a lot smoother for me. So same thing, I scheduled around, I think 10 o'clock also in the morning. And then I have enough passing points by lunchtime already. So similar case like before lah. So by lunchtime, like 12 o'clock, I already have enough points to pass. And then, I mean, at that point, you can actually just pause the exam and then end it, submit, and then you can have your OSCP ready. But then I submitted, I waited until the next day to end it lah. So here, I say here are some tips lah, if you're taking your exam. This may not be applicable to everyone. So it sort of depends on like your own background. For me, because I consider myself quite experienced already. And I think after taking the course, I didn't really learn much of anything. But if you're someone that's completely new, I would say maybe you should complete the course. But if you're someone experienced already, I think you can just skip everything. And then here, the second one we say is like be gentle with the exam machines. This is because I would say the exam environment is a bit more a bit fragile. I mean, compared to the labs in their proving ground platform or like the challenge labs that you can do. For those machines, I think if you plus like any directory brute force or like nmap scans, they are still quite stable. But for the exam environment, I would say just be more gentle because you may crash it. And then what if you crash something, you need to restart, and then you only have a limited amount of restarts you can do. I mean, you have 20 plus, 20, I think it's 20 plus restarts. I don't think you'll use out everything, but just something to bear in mind. And then speaking of restarts, if you think something is a bit off about the environment, I suggest you to reset it. Like I mentioned previously, sometimes the exam labs are a bit unstable, so maybe some services are not running, or like maybe they have some kind of user interaction, right? But then maybe the auto run script is not working properly. This is just an example. So if you are stuck for a very long time and then you're confident like there should be something there but it's not there, just reset the machine and see what happens. And then like keep it simple. I think this is like something very important because if you're let's say if you play, I would say this is more applicable to those that play Hack the Box. Because I think Hack the Box is a lot more complex than what you see on the OSCP environments. So you tend to overcomplicate things. You think like maybe you need some kind of sick exploit chain, or like you need to chain multiple vulnerabilities to like achieve your goal. But I say for the OSCP exams, for you to reach the let's say initial foothold or like the prevex, right, is only like a 1 or 2 commands only. So try to not overthink. Just try the simplest thing. Okay. And then like the mental game is more important technical. I think this is more applicable for me for the second attempt, because I think the first attempt, I got stuck on the last flag, on the last 10 points on pretty long, like the full 24 hours. And then like a bit mental damage already. But then for the second one, it was pretty chill. Like, I mean, after I got the passing points like before lunch, and then like I still went back to get the remaining 100 points. But then let's say if during that time I got stuck, right, and then I just quit. I just quit and then I go scroll TikTok. Not scroll TikTok, right? I go scroll IG reel for like 1 hour or something. And then just come back and get the flag again. So just keep your head clear. Okay. So here's like my review. The bad thing of OSCP, I mean, of course, is 1,700 USD. At the time, it's about 7K. I think now it's about, maybe it's a bit lower, depending on currency. So it's pretty expensive. And then like, I don't expect someone, let's say, is a fresh grad or like a student to be able to afford it. I mean, 7,000 is a lot of money. You might as well use it for something else. I wouldn't use it for ACP personally. And then I would say the course content itself is not that good. This is for the offset syllabus. Personally, I don't think it's that good. One of it is they don't really do a good job explaining stuff. It's more like they give you a scenario, right? They just tell you, oh, copy this command, then do this, do that. They don't really explain like the reason behind it or anything. And then the exam is very rushed. I mean, it's 24 hours. I say it's just a CTF lah. 7,000 ringgit CTF. And then the exam environment was pretty slow. This is for me. Okay, and then the good stuff. Of course, it's a well-recognized cert. Pretty much, if you go out there, if you're interviewing for any kind of security-related position, they will ask you if you have your OSCP or not. So it may help you in finding your next job. And then especially for the fresh grads, if you have it, it will boost your resume. This is very subjective because I mean personally I didn't need to have OSCP to get my job, but I think nowadays is very competitive. So if you can have it, it's good. But if you don't have it, I think it's okay. So you can still upskill yourself to other ways that don't require this much money. And then I think the offset challenger PG practice were pretty fun. I think this is more on the challenge labs. The environment, I think it's pretty good. I would say I learned more from the challenge labs and the proving grounds more than the course itself. Oh, I think that's the end of my presentation. I think so. Yeah, that's the end of my presentation. All right. All right. So thanks everyone for coming tonight. I think I can open for Q&A. I mean, if you have any questions, just feel free to ask in the chat. I mean, it can be anything. It doesn't have to be of OSCP related. Just feel free to ask. Okay.
How do you become so good in Hack the Box?
Hack the box. I don't think I'm that good, leh. If you look at, I mean, I look at the students in the reunion server, right? I think they are pretty cracked already. Probably more better than me. Yeah, but I say just do more. I mean, do more challenges. Once you have the exposure, it should be you will come easier. Would you recommend blue team to take OSCP? Yes and no, depending. I mean, it depends on the job requirement lah. But if you have it, then it's good. But let's say you're a student, right? I wouldn't recommend a student to take it. It's too expensive. It's 7,000 plus ringgit, right? I think that cost me more than my entire degree. Yeah, I wouldn't recommend it unless you can take it for free. Let's say it's a company that's sponsoring you, then yeah, feel free to go ahead. Do you get the nightmare ID in the first attempt? I'm not sure what is the nightmare ID. I don't know what you're talking about. But for me, it's a nightmare because I didn't get a foothold. But then after the exam, I figured out how to compromise it. I mean, there are a lot of ways. I mean, there are also unintended solutions. But yeah, I don't think I can disclose how to do it unintended. Yeah, later offset will ban me. If they ban me, then I GG. Nightmare AD. I mean, if you know a nightmare AD, can you share a bit? I'm not sure what is that.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, sure.
All right. Okay. Thanks for the presentation. It's very good. Basically, the nightmare AD, it's kind of this infamous AD set in the OSCP exam. So I don't know. Yeah, you're right. We cannot discuss it, but I'm sure if you go around in Reddit, people are talking about this nightmare AD where the foothold is quite impossible on the first box. And so yeah, I think that's I was referring to. So I was assuming that maybe you got the nightmare idea of the first attempt.
Yeah, maybe. But I wouldn't say it's. I mean, when I took my first attempt, it was pretty impossible. But after the exam, I figured out how to solve it. But I don't think maybe the intended method is a bit, I would say, out of scope. There are also unintended methods. that is not part of what offset teaches you. I don't think they even teach it in the level 300 courses. But yeah, it's not impossible. I mean, they designed the lab environment to be vulnerable, right? All of them can be solved. It's just skill issue, I would say, skill issue.
Okay,
Uh,
I think like what you said, um, the the what do you say? The path is definitely not covered in the OSCP course. I think I had a similar AD set as well because I took it. I think March or something. I think maybe it's March or
oh,
February.
oh, very recent. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, same thing as well. I couldn't get the foothold on the first machine on the AD set. Very tough. But
Uh,
yeah, quite a challenge lah. But well done on your well done and congrats on.
yeah, yeah, a bit unfortunate lah. But if like that, just schedule for the retake and see what happens next.
Yeah,
Yeah.
will do.
I seen somewhere said OCP now expiry. Do you plan to renew in the future? No, no. I mean, I'm not sure how to renew it. I think you need to take the exam again. So if you take the exam again, it's I think few thousand also. And I don't feel like going through. Like, it is 24 hours. It's a 24-hour CTF. I don't think I will take it lah. And then I don't think anyone really cares if you have a OSCP or OSCP plus. They just care if you have OSCP only. So I mean, if you want to do it, go ahead. But personally, I wouldn't. Uh, as particularly for OSCP, you know, mistaken. Yeah. I think that's the new one. If you take it today, I think it's OSCP plus. Mm. Any other questions? Yeah, just give it 5 more minutes if we don't have any more questions. Mm. Oh, speaking of OSCP, right? This is a bit. I'm not sponsored, by the way. But just promote a bit lah. I mean, a few from my circle, that took the OSCP. They highly recommend you to take the CPS. I think this is from Hack the Box. We are not sponsored by Hack the Box, by the way. Okay, we don't have any link. But a lot of my friends that took the OCP said that the CPS was very helpful for them. And I think most of them that took this first before they took their OCP. So, and then this is a lot cheaper compared to this one. I mean, if you just want to do the course, I think you can use the Hack the Box student promo. It's about, I think, 50 ringgit or something for 1 month, and then you can just complete the course. You don't have to take the exam, just take the course for your own learning if you want to. Yeah, not sponsored, by the way. Not sponsored, by the way. Yeah. Yeah. This is just what they say, not my personal experience, because I didn't take this. Mhm. Mm, yeah. Okay. I think we don't have any more questions. Then I think we'll just. Oops. Nice. Just about to ask the alternate. Thank you. Congrats for your recipe. Yeah. Thanks. I don't think I'm the only one. I think inside reunion server there's a few more that took the OSCP around the same time as me. Yeah. Yeah, it's a good thing lah. Once you pass it, then you just forget it lah. Yeah. It's sort of like I would say it's like a license lah. It's sort of like your driving license. Yeah. Hmm. Yeah. I think we don't have any more questions. Then I think we can just call it for tonight lah. All right. So thanks everyone that came, and then enjoy your weekends. Right. Bye bye. Conclude.